Welcome to Horror Vocabulary, the channel where fear meets learning. Here, we dive into chilling true stories, haunting legends, and terrifying mysteries. But with a twist, every scream, every whisper, every shadow comes with English words and phrases that you can learn and remember forever. Let's dive in.
Part 1. The New House. Alex and his girlfriend Lily had recently moved into their dream home, along with their beloved cat Milo. At first, everything was perfect, except for the house next door, which appeared abandoned. Its owner had begun renovations, but never finished. There was no fence between the two houses, allowing free access to both back gardens. Behind the abandoned house was another property, where a group of young men lived. Occasionally, they cut through the neighbor's yard to reach the main road. Disturbing events began on their very first night. While sitting in their garden, they noticed a man staring blankly at them from a rear window for nearly half an hour. A few days later, 3 men entered their garden, one carrying a large bag, offering to sell stolen dishwasher tablets. They behaved as if they had every right to be there. Their behavior grew increasingly threatening, especially toward 2 young girls nearby. The police intervened once, informing Alex and Lily that the men had been evicted for antisocial behavior. The couple felt relieved. But the incidents didn't stop. One day, while Alex was in the shower, he heard loud noises outside. Lily recorded a video of a strange man pointing at their bedroom window before running toward the house, rattling the door handle and pounding on all the windows of the abandoned property. The terrifying nights continued. At 2:16 a.m., they heard whistling and tapping on their windows, yet the cameras captured nothing. The next morning, their Ring doorbell had been removed and the SD card was gone. Police explained that tampering with security cameras could indicate plans for something more serious. The whistling, banging, and attempts to enter persisted for weeks. 3 weeks later, they spotted a man in a black mask and hood, standing in their garden with arms outstretched like a mock Jesus. He stared directly into their bedroom window, then crossed the street and stood there for half an hour. Police refused to intervene, saying staring at someone's property was not illegal. The harassment escalated. Another night at 2:52 a.m., their camera captured 2 masked men approaching from the side of the house, shining flashlights into the windows. One of them, the same man who had harassed them before, carried what looked like a crowbar. To this day, the intimidation continues. The man often stands across the street, pointing, waving, or shouting at their windows. Police have done very little. Part 2. Strange Faces. Sarah insists she isn't paranoid. 3 months ago, she broke up with her ex-boyfriend Luke, a quietly controlling and calculating man. After the breakup, she changed her phone number, deactivated social media, and moved apartments to escape him. Then the unsettling encounters began. A barista at her new cafe greeted her with, "Good morning, sunshine," Luke's mocking nickname for her. Days later, a rideshare driver asked if she had figured out what she was running from, a phrase Luke used to taunt her. Other strangers followed. A woman at the grocery store bumped into her and whispered, "You can't just disappear." A man on the street said, "Still wearing that hairstyle, huh?" A coworker in her building hummed a tune while remarking, "You always loved this song," the same song Luke played during their fights. Sarah noticed that while these strangers had different faces, their eyes all carried the same expression. She texted Luke's sister, begging him to stop. The sister replied that Luke had been in rehab for 6 weeks with no phone. A week later, Sarah saw Luke's photo on Facebook, pale, thin, holding a one-day sober chip. Then came the threats. One night, as she arrived home, a young man sitting on the steps across the street said, "Cold night, sunshine." The next morning, her welcome mat was flipped, with a message underneath, "You can change your face if you want, but I'll still know you." Terrified, she checked into a hotel. Around 2 a.m., there were 3 slow knocks on her door. Through the peephole, she saw a woman with a completely blank face staring directly at her. Hotel staff later confirmed no one was assigned to that floor and all rooms were empty. Sarah realized these were not random encounters. They were orchestrated, fed with intimate details only Luke would know. He may have hired people through a forum he once mentioned, a place that traded in creepy role-play tactics. The goal, to keep her constantly reminded of him. She moved again, vanished from social media, even dyed her hair, Still, the harassment continued. A woman said to her, still hiding behind books, sunshine, Sarah no longer trusts any face she sees, and the paranoia is destroying her mental health. We contacted the Airbnb host, who claimed they would review the garage's security footage. We never heard back. It made us wonder if the host knew that man. Earlier, my sister and cousin had walked past a local woman on the beach who gave them a cold, unsettling look. Despite everything, it was our first family trip, and we still hope it won't be our last. Part 3. The Great Lakes Trip. My family, usually homebodies, decided to take a vacation to one of Michigan's Great Lakes. We rented a huge Airbnb that could fit all 18 of us, right on the beach. Most stayed in the main house, but I and 3 cousins were assigned to sleep in a secondary building behind it, a 2-story garage with bedrooms upstairs. The garage was old and neglected, a carpeted bathroom reeking of mildew, yellowed sheets, and a flimsy lock. We washed the linens ourselves, but I often had to go downstairs alone to do laundry, always with the uneasy sense that something bad was about to happen. Around 3 a.m., there was a thunderous crash against the garage door, as if someone had thrown their body into it. Twice more the noise came. My uncle went outside and saw a man standing behind the garage. He wasn't hiding, just staring. When my uncle called out, the man didn't flinch, only walked away, and then seemed to vanish into thin air without footsteps or a trace. Moments later, the main house's front door slammed shut, though there was no wind. Inside, we found 2 Joker playing cards, one in the main house, one in the garage. The one in the garage was twisted, almost demonic looking. A cousin pointed out that Jokers symbolize mockery, and the noises had struck at the devil's hour. My uncle searched but found no footprints. None of us returned to the garage that night. We crammed into the main house instead. The next night, around 4 a.m., my mom heard footsteps on the porch and someone trying the basement door. When she rushed down, no one was there. We cut the trip short. Later, my mom suggested someone may have been watching me when I went downstairs alone to do laundry. Some believed it was a neighbor trying to scare us. Others were convinced it was supernatural, especially because of the Joker cards and the vanishing man. My aunt noted that a normal person would have fled when confronted, but this man didn't. We contacted the Airbnb host, who claimed they would review the garage's security footage. We never heard back. It made us wonder if the host knew that man. Earlier, my sister and cousin had walked past a local woman on the beach who gave them a cold, unsettling look. Despite everything, it was our first family trip, and we still hope it won't be our last.